What if the world's most dangerous criminal wasn't a gun-toting thug or a cartel kingpin, but a chubby, bespectacled economist who masterminded billion-dollar scams from his Moscow penthouse, trafficked arms to terrorists, and laughed as the FBI put a $100,000 bounty on his head? What if this Brainy Don, a man the FBI calls the most dangerous mobster in the world, has outsmarted superpowers, rigged stock markets, and evaded capture for decades, all while sipping cognac in plain sight? And what if in 2025, with fresh leaks from Interpol and whistleblowers, we're finally seeing why he's untouchable? A web of corruption so vast it touches presidents, banks, and intelligence agencies? This is the electrifying saga of Semion Mogilevich, the Russian godfather who turned crime into a corporate empire. One wrong move, and empires fall. But for him, the game is rigged in his favor. The shadows are parting. Dare you look inside? Chapter 1. The Boy from Kiev, Forged in Soviet Shadows. The streets of 1946 Kiev were a wasteland, bombed-out buildings like skeletal ghosts, ration lines snaking through rubble, survivors scraping for scraps in the aftermath of World War II. Into this chaos is born Semion Mogilevich, a Jewish kid with a sharp mind and sharper instincts. No silver spoon here, his father a manager, mother a podiatrist, modest roots in a city still bleeding from Nazi occupation and Stalin's purges. But young Semion doesn't just survive, he thrives. By the 1970s, as the Soviet Union creaks under Brezhnev's stagnation, he's already dipping into the black market. Currency scams, fencing stolen goods, small-time hustles that hone his genius for fraud. Arrested twice in his 20s for economic crimes, he serves time in the gulag's fading echoes, emerging not broken but networked. The twist? Mogilevich isn't muscle, he's mind. He graduates with economics degrees, mastering the art of money, how to make it, move it, multiply it without leaving fingerprints. By the 1980s, as Gorbachev's perestroika cracks open the economy, Mogilevich pounces, smuggling jewels from emigrating Jews, flipping them for millions. His empire ignites, arms to Iran, oil fraud in Hungary, gas siphoned from pipelines. Suspense builds as whispers spread. This isn't a thug, this is a Vorv Zakon in a suit, a Brainy Don who sees crime as chess and the world as his board. Chapter 2. The billion-dollar scams, from Russia-Ukraine to Wall Street heists. 1990s Moscow, a wild west of oligarchs and assassins, Yeltsin's chaos birthing billionaires overnight. Mogilevich dives in, co-founding Russia-Ukraine, a gas-trading giant that siphons billions from Russia-Ukraine pipelines. By 2008, it's valued at $20 billion, Mogilevich pocketing fortunes while politicians look the other way. But the real thrill, his global cons. In Canada, 1990s. Mogilevich rigs the Toronto Stock Exchange with YBM Magnex, a fake magnet company, inflates shares to $800 million, then crashes it. Investors lose everything. FBI calls it one of the largest stock frauds ever. Mogilevich vanishes with a $150 million twist. Arms dealing 1990s, 2000s, he funnels weapons to al-Qaeda, Iran, even North Korea, missiles, tanks, uranium. U.S. intel leaks in 2025 reveal Mogilevich's network armed conflicts from Chechnya to the Middle East, profiting billions while the world burned. The suspense peaks in 2008. Arrested in Moscow for tax evasion, slap on the wrist. Released 2009. Why? Whispers of Kremlin protection. He's too useful, his scams funding too many pockets. Chapter 3. The arms dealer to terror, Mogilevich's global web of chaos. Early 2000s. As Putin consolidates power, Mogilevich goes international. Dubai, Israel, Cyprus, laundering through banks like Raiffeisen. But the dark turn. Arms declassified 2025 EU reports show he supplied RPGs to Taliban, missiles to Hezbollah, even nuclear materials to rogue states. One chilling deal, 1999, selling Igla missiles to Osama bin Laden, capable of downing planes. Twist, post 9/11, FBI links him to al-Qaeda funding but no arrest. Why? His untouchability, ties to FSB oligarchs like Gazprom's Viktor Vekselberg. Suspense in the shadows, 2010's cyber scams, his hackers steal $1 from U.S. banks. 2022 Ukraine war? Intel suggests his networks arm both sides, profiting from blood. The Brainy Don doesn't fight wars, he funds them. Chapter 4. The Most Wanted Ghost, Why FBI Can't Touch Him. 2008 FBI Most Wanted, 100K bounty for the boss of bosses. Crimes, fraud, money laundering, arms trafficking. But 17 years later, still free in Moscow, sipping tea in luxury. Untouchable. Why? Kremlin shield. Putin's Russia won't extradite. Mogilevich's services, money for elections, dirt on enemies, by protection. Legal labyrinth. Dual citizenship, Russia, Israel, Ukraine. Courts bounce cases. 2025 leaks, U.S. sanctions blocked by his useful idiot, networks in Trump circles. Twist, 2018 arrest rumor, fake. He mocks the West from safety, his 2B net worth untouched. The thrill, he's not hiding, he's taunting. If this shadowy saga of the Untouchable Don has you desperate for more Mafia masterminds who beat the system, like the video and subscribe to Behind the Veil Truths. Our channel uncovers the bosses who still pull strings today. Chapter 5, 225, The Brainy Don's Endgame. As wars rage and sanctions bite, Mogilevich adapts. Crypto scams, AI fraud, arms to Africa. 2025 Interpol red notice renewed, but Russian exile unlikely. Whispers, he's advising on Ukraine sanctions evasion, his billions fueling hybrid wars. Suspense, FBI's most dangerous, but no drone strike, no raid. Why? He knows too much on Putin, Trump associates, global money flows. Kill him and empires tremble. The Brainy Don laughs last, from a Moscow tower, untouchable as ever. The Voorhees code endures, but Mogilevich wrote his own. Do you think he's truly untouchable, or is 2025 the year he falls? What most dangerous mobster should we expose next? Comment below. The shadows shift. The Don waits. Subscribe now to Behind the Veil Truths. The game never ends, and neither do our hunts. Who's next?